Right on cue was the music. Good evening, everybody, and a warm welcome to SSRL Division 1, Round 7 in Spain, without the S, if you can catch my drift here. We are on, of course, the business end of the season, and guess what? There are only 4 races, including tonight, to go. In your driver standings, 5 points separate the top 2. Sebastian and Andy fighting for the Season 6 championship, and Andy looking to make it 5 in a row, but is certainly finding Sebastian very difficult. Remember, made his way up the field quite epically, if I say so myself. That it's Andrew, Ryan, Brooks and Bavish. Bavish coming in with new pedals this evening. He might be one to watch out for. And it's Mr. Welter, Race Chase and Control Energetics Feder rounding out your top 10. Bit of news to go through while we get underway, and then it's Russia Siri, Herman, Kavachka, Kashka, and Targagino rounding out your top 15, with Guan, Verodoko, and Crankjog rounding out your 18 drivers so far. In your constructors, Williams gain a singular point on Sauber, who are first and second, but that isn't a whole lot. Then it's Racing Bulls, McLaren, and Ferrari rounding out your top 5, with 6th to 10th being Mercedes, Alpine, Haas, Red Bull, and Aston Martin. And now we are in qualifying as of right now. Only a minute gone, a minute and a half gone, so no laps missed at all. Looking like it's one of the kick Saubers. Is that Andy coming round to start things off? It most certainly is. So exciting stuff ahead, everybody, on soft tyres, as you would expect. So here we go. Andy to take us round the iconic Spanish circuit at a length of 4.657 kilometers at 14 turns. Which, of course, comes down to about 2.9-ish miles or so. Race lap record held around here is, of course, Max Verstappen with a 1:16.330 in the RB19 from 2023, of course, driven for the Red Bull team. First opened in September of 1991 and held its debut GP that same year. It has been a permanent Grand Prix venue since. The circuit has been through around 6 changes since from its opening, beg your pardon. Due to the F1s becoming more reliant on aerodynamics, the overtaking kind of became less frequent, so the guys in Spain had to get a little bit creative with how the track layout was. What they did was they tried to add the chicane into the final corner, which has since been removed, as it only got criticism for doing the exact opposite of what it was intended to do. And, well, it has gone back to this sweeping layout, as Andy is now going to complete his first flying lap here. And, of course, coming into this 5 points behind Sebastian, who is with us. We've got 20 driver field for this evening, as Andy Andre straight to the top, and he sets a 1:11.9. But remember, track evolution will clear up the surface as it goes on, as the qualifying session goes on. And so he will need to be wary that at times will come in thick and fast, as Sebastian there only with a 1:12.5 there. So maybe Andy has got the kick Sauber figured out on this occasion, but Sebastian not a great start to qualifying at the moment, but still 14.5 minutes to go before things are decided for Verstappen and Enzo. Now let's get into some big news coming out from last week. Couple of driver changes to note. Full-time Aston Martin has gone to Rendog, who is with us there. He's just gone and set a 1:13.2. He has now taken over the full-time seat there. And we are also have full-time seats being given to Vincenzo, who have come off a very long work trip where he visited several countries and is now ready to get back into sim racing. And he will be, there's an Aston Martin there having a bit of a moment. Was that to Brand there? Yes, it indeed was. We got news about him as well, and well, we'll get around to it as we go through it. But of course, Vincenzo taking a full time. Danger David is reserving for the Red Bull tonight. There, he's just currently on a flying lap as we speak, coming through the final couple of sweepers of 13 and 14. And here we go. Let's see what the Red Bull driver can make. Of course, championship contender in season 4 finds 4th place in the early stages of qualifying, and Andy Andre looks like he will be the one to be unbeatable. What a time from Andy there. 1:11.9. I don't know who's going to match that, really. Nearly half a second to begin. The qualifying proceedings is quite a margin, as there's Tabran up to 9th place there. Also reserving the Alpine is first-time driver Shaggy. I'm just trying to see where he's gone. He has gone to 13th with a 1:13.669. Don't forget, probably going to take a bit of time to adjust to the car, which of course has become pretty good this season. So don't forget, he will probably be very quick at the very least. Let's rush the series. We also need to move on to him. He is serving a qualifying ban for tonight, and he will start right at the back unless if somebody is disqualified for one reason or another. We've had a moment with a Haas here, and it looks to be Vincenzo there, who's got into the gravel at turn number, let's see, it's Sayat there, so turn number 5 there. Had a moment, and it's very easy to have a moment there, actually, so I'm not too surprised that he kind of made it, had a moment there. But then let's try and focus on the driver who hasn't set a time at the moment, but it's looking like Andy is best of the rest, with Ryan Brooks in second place there. And look at Andy's teammate there, Sveta, up into third place, just to give you an idea where Sveta was last week. Sveta qualified 10th, got 2 positions in the race, and finished 8th place there. Of course, that might have been partially to do with penalties being served, which, speaking of, I'm afraid we've had SSRL have had to hand out 2 season bans. 1 to Herman and 1 to Control. Now, Control has left the server. Everybody at SSRL does wish him well. And, of course, we do hope for the best there. As Shaggy there, on his debut qualifying in SSRL Div 1, up to 6th place there. Gets out of the way of the Haas in the nick of time. But then, blocks, who is that? Is that Sebastian coming out of the pit lane as well? No, it is not. So that will be Andrew out of the pit lane. I see. Oh, goodness me! Disqualified for blocking the pit lane, and I don't think that was his fault, you know. It looked like to me that Shaggy swerved into the pit lane exit lines there and got in the way of Andrew, and Andrew was just trying to be cautious to make sure he was given enough room, and the game has disqualified him, which means that now Andrew will start last and not rush the series. So rush the series with one less thing to worry about. Similar circumstances in qualifying. I think somebody last week was disqualified for facing the wrong way. In fact, I can find out who that was. It was Ryan Brooks who was disqualified, either for blocking the pit lane entry or the pit lane exit. That does seem to be a common occurrence in the game this year. So certainly something drivers do have to be wary of. But also, Andy on another flying lap. It's looking like he's going to set some emphatic pace here. So we could be on for an improvement to a mid 111 here. This could be one to watch out for, as now Andy is just approaching. He's currently half a tenth up on his personal best. So do remember always that the session timer at the top right always compares to the driver's personal best, not the overall session best, although this is the huge exception here as Andy is on top. So technically, he is being compared to his session best. He's going to come across the line there. It's going to be a 1:11.856, but I do imagine somebody is going to have a faster time in the books there. Not much of an improvement there from Andy, but I just wonder if that might be enough, but it's not going to be enough by much, that's for certain. Let's see who else is on a flyer as of right now. Rendon currently in the pits, to Brown on outlap. We have Race Chase on I think just come off a flyer. He's up into 10th place. Quincy's on his outlap in the Racing Bulls. And Andy is taking a very nice avoiding road there, so very nicely done, as Sebastian has just come off another flyer, 1:12.021, so now a 10th, well, just under 2 tenths separating him from pole position. We'll see how that is. But anyway, Ryan Brooks down by nearly a 10th. Oh, goodness me! Ryan Brooks into the wall! And, oh, there's a kick Sauber there as well. Is that Sveta? I don't think Sveta was involved in any of that. I didn't see him until the last minute, though. As there's well, that'll be Andy passing, and then a McLaren. I think that might be either Bavish or Race Chase. No, that is Race Chase there. I can confirm. But what happened there? I don't think the kick Sauber was involved at all, so I'm not going to place any blame on Sveta. I do think Ryan just lost it on his way in. That was turn number 9 there. They call that Campser. Let's see, Race Chase going to go on to another flying lap. Let's try and stick with somebody, as we are now going to have a lap of this Spanish circuit. Circuit de Catalunya, of course. We might be moving to Madrid in a year's time. So here we go, down to turn 1. And yeah, no, medium to high speed corner. You had to put the throttle down through here. This is entirely flat. These cars, oh, but Race Chase might not have the setup correctly in terms of aerodynamics as he goes spinning. Danger David to the line. He's up to third. Ryan Brooks on the gravel. What is happening here as Mr. Wouter now up into third place? I don't know where this qualifying is going. This is insane stuff here. And Tabran's getting out of the way of a few faster vehicles, but Sveta... well, Ryan Brooks... Oh, no, has he gone? And as Kovachka has crashed, I think. Yeah, I think he's crashed at the pit lane entry. He's out. It won't be last place, but he'll certainly be very close to it. I'm just thinking, what is going wrong here? As Babish on a fly, he indeed is. So let's go back to him. Remember, he's on new pedals tonight. And, oh, I was going to say something about Tabran as well. He is serving a 3-second post-race penalty due to an incident. But, of course, just to kind of touch briefly upon Bavish's lap, no improvement there. Down by 200. So I wonder, is he on fresh tyres? He's on 1 lap old soft tyres. He should have been able to go a bit faster at very least. And Ryan Brooks still without a wing. Looks like he missed the pit lane entry. And this might cost him qualifying. And he might be vulnerable to drivers behind. Let's just have a look here. What's Tabran doing? Yeah, he takes that okay. Yeah, it is very easy to get that wrong there. There is everything poking out at you to try and get one of your tyres and make them come off the car. And we are now seeing Energetic getting out of the way after a flyer. He's pipped 10th place from Bavish there. So let's see. Is Bavish currently on fire? No, because he was down there. Quincy up to 14th. And certainly someone who will be impressed with his qualifying is definitely Shaggy. Like I said before, his debut race, well, his debut qualifying here will be his debut race in, a very short moment's time. We've surely only got a few minutes of qualifying to go, but this is absolutely fantastic stuff from the British driver here. And Shaggy is now coming around the final few corners to begin a flying lap from his outlap. I think that is Quan in the background there, as Rush the Series is serving a qualifying ban. So yes, that is Quan just right there, up by nearly 0.3 of a second through sector 2. What's the time going to be? He's staying right where he is. It's a personal best improvement, but not enough to pip Kovachka of his, at the moment, 16th place. What about Vero Ducko? He is 18th now. I'm going to have something to announce very soon in all of this chaos. Because, well, I have been given exclusive control to do something. So you might be thinking, what is this, David? And you'll never guess. I have the power to, you know what? I'll just wait. I am going to wait. I'll tell you in a second. But anyway, Shaggy currently on a flyer is up by 600ths there in Sector 2. What can Sector 3 bring him? Let's have a look here as we now go through Bank Sabadell, through Europe Car, and then it's going to be New Holland as Red Dog. Oh, goodness me! Dramatic crash as Red Dog had crashed it on the pit lane entry, and then Shaggy was just a innocent victim to all of that. Everyone's going to have to be careful now. Robastian on an outlap. The cars clear up. And now Robastian starts what is potentially, well, it'll be his second to last fly. He could go for another one. And now Robastian is going to start another flyer. Now, of course, we need to keep an eye on Robastian because he is contending with Andy Andre for the title of Season 6. Let's try and see if we can get an entire lap. He is down by half a tenth in Sector 1. I'm sure that run from the final corner and seeing Shaggy retiring on there has caught him out a little bit. So he is going to be down in Sector 1. But let's see how Sectors 2 and 3 combine here. He might be able to get that time back. He's certainly very slidey on the rear end, but that might help the car rotate more than anything. And there you go. DRS will open down this back straight here. Still down by half a tenth here. So it's now going to have to be a magical Sector 3 to get anything out of this lap. And well, he's not got much time left. He's going to be on the back foot when we actually go to the final flyers. 2.5 minutes to go. And here we go. It is going to be DRS open. And he does improve. He has just about met Andy's time. So he finds all the time in Sector 3. But I imagine that incident in Sector 1 won't have helped him at all. And now Ryan Brooks has been able to repair the damage on his car and is back out in the nick of time. And well, has really only got this flyer left. And that might be it. Once the caution in Sector 2 clears up, we will cut right back to this. But at the moment, Sveta having a moment. That is turn 10. And unfortunately, that might spell the end. He was down in that sector. So we cut back to Ryan for the time being. And we are going to soon see what Ryan's time will be. Of course, he's always happy with a podium. And we are going to see if he can at least get up there in qualifying. So now off to the line. And it is going to be an improvement, but no positional improvement. Needs to find another couple of tenths. He does have time for one final flying lap. Be careful, guys. If you block that pit lane entry too much, the game disqualifies you. As Andrew sadly found out there. So, who is out on the flyer as well? Andy Andre. Oh, goodness me. He's up by nearly a tenth in Sector 1. Andy finding the time when it matters most. But then again, does somebody else know how to find the time through here? This will be Andy's final flying lap, so he needs to make it count. It's not a dramatic improvement, but of course, if all three sectors come together, it might be just enough. But Robastian is right there. He's in the pits, though. The Williams in the pits, so he cannot do a further flying lap. So Andy will be one of the first to complete his flying laps. He goes across the final corner now. What's it going to be? It's a 1:11.765, but Robastian is right there with him, so don't count him out just yet. And what about Sveta? Can he find an improvement if he goes for another final flying lap? He's got about 40 seconds. And yes, the teammate to Andy Andre is now going to come across the line and begin a final flyer, as is the other Racing Bulls of SSRL, Quincy here. And Ryan Brooks is straight to the pit lane. He's not going to go any further forward. Right, Mr. Walter to the line as Robastian retires. And Mr. Walter, I think, improved from a... No, he's just started a final flying lap there. So we need to keep an eye on just about everybody now. Vero Ducco, where is he in all this? He's just crashed it into the wall from the exit of Seat there, as Vincenzo also retires. But that is Vero Ducco in the wall in qualifying. And there's a McLaren to the line as well. Bavish to 5th place there. We are looking at Quan, though, who is a relation to Quincy. It's not going to be a positional improvement. Half a second away from Kovachka there. Of course, Andy is off a flying lap. And Mr. Walter's still on one. What about Danger David? In fact, it's going to be Sveta to the line first. No, it is not. But he is down by half a second there. So no improvements coming from him. Quincy, I think, is next. Yes, he is just behind the Kicksauber in front there. Sveta will still finish his lap, but it's not going to be any sort of improvement unless we found something magical in Sector 3. But Quincy to the line, 8th place there. That's not bad at all. And now it's going to be a Red Bull of Danger David. He's got 9th. He's got 4th place there, beg your pardon. And then Vero Ducco, of course, we know, crashed it. But yes, nobody, again, beating Andy Andre. But then Race Chase to the line gets 7th place there. So not bad stuff at all. But I've got a bit of bad news for the drivers, unfortunately. It is, well, I'm going to announce it in just a few moments time. So let me just get something ready here that I've been keeping in my back pocket for just a few moments. Okay, so how this is gonna work. Hang on, hang on, hang on. So we are going reverse grid in Spain, which means this entire order is reversed. It is Andy in 20th row, Bastion in 19th, 18th is Mr. Walter with with Danger David. Oh god, okay. I'm just gonna work from this. So it's Andrew and Paul, Russia Series second, Veridoco third, Quan fourth, Kovachka fifth, then Vincenzo, Red Dog, Shaggy, Mustafa, Sabran, and Energetic 10th. So Energetic doesn't move. He benefits from this. And yeah, I've been given the everyone's laughing, everyone is shocked. We have to restart the lobby. I thought it was appropriate to do Enter Sandman because I couldn't think of anything else to do. I made a little reference to Enter Sandman in there. So there we go. Yep, restart after resetting the lobby. Yes, so I'm gonna have to... yep, so I did Hush Little Driver, don't say a word, and never mind that time you set. It's just a beast inside my head saying, let's go reverse in fucking pain. Exit light. There you go, and I'm very sorry for that. So, yes, new lobby, which means now Andy is in 20th, and so Andrew's quali ban and Rush the Series... No, sorry, Andrew's disqualification and Rush the Series quali ban have massively helped, and they do not serve any post-race penalties. It is just going to Japan, so we are just going to take a few minutes, and we are going to be right back. Let's pop on the synthwave, and, well, we'll let you know once I'm back in. But anyway, reverse grid, and we'll confirm the order in just a few seconds. Well, in just a few minutes. Good evening, everybody, and just in case you're wondering why we are on a Be Right Back screen, it is because I have chosen to reverse the grid, and I just want to say it was totally my call. We are in Spain, but of course this means that whoever took pole, which was Andy Andre, will now start in last position with Andrew being on pole, who got disqualified for blocking the pit lane exit. And then Rush the Series, serving a qualifying ban, now starts second. So, absolute chaos happening in the Discord. And then we are going to be underway ASAP. So, don't forget, gonna take us a few minutes. We are currently sorting out as we've had to restart the lobby. So, we'll let you know when we are all good to go. And then we'll take it from there. Otherwise, be right back in a few minutes. And actually, I think we're ready to go. So I will be with you ASAP, and then we will be underway for racing action in Spain. Circuit de Catalunya, 50% length. Just to let you know, everybody, we are back in the lobby, but we think we have encountered some issues. So, we are going to, currently, see if we're going to be underway. We should be a few minutes away if everything is right on track. So disqualification equals disqualification. That is upheld then. I was not aware of that. So that means the penalty remains for disqualification, and then that means the penalty will also remain for Rush the Series. So in actual fact, not a whole lot changed, which means Vero Ducko, congratulations on pole position. By the way, but there was a very cool race briefing after certain things happened in Hungary. You may be aware. I have apparently become public enemy #1, chat. So yeah, everybody is angry. And I will say, report Quincy after. And, well, Andrew's penalty is sadly going to be upheld. I do think it was a bit unfair, but unfortunately, it is the way it is now. So we're only a couple of minutes away. So that means Vero Ducko, congratulations on pole. Let's see. So at the moment, I think, yeah, we are just going to go. I don't know. I feel a bit bad that Andrew's penalty is not going to be removed. I think we are going to be going. And, yeah, no. So, very, very soon. Yep, so it is going to be, it's going to be, yeah, we're going, it looks like. So we should be only 1 minute away now, and then we'll be, I think it's going to be a formation lap, but I don't know. In case if anything's been forgotten, I am not going to set anything up. I should have a couple of minutes to do so. But obviously, coming into this, Andy and Bastion separated by 5 points in the championship. Well, I have given them a lot of work to do. And, overtake... Well, one of the things that came out of the vocal race briefing was overtake cleanly and be patient. And don't ruin the race for anybody else. Remember, Herman and Control getting season bans for deliberately for deliberately knocking into each other for deliberate impact or contact. I think it was the official word used. So both have season bans. Of course, Russia Series served a qualifying ban, so that will be upheld despite the reverse grid. And then Andrew's disqualification. And yes, we are going to be underway for a formation lap. I thought we were going to be underway for the race start there for a hot second there. So let's go through the running order one last time now that we are running a reverse grid. So it is Vero Ducko on a pole position here on his 47th birthday as well. Kwan in second place here with Kovačka in third place. Vincenzo with a unique opportunity to take the race win is in fourth. Fifth is Rendog. Shaggy finds himself in sixth position. Verstappen in seventh. Brown is 8th and Energetic 9th, with Quincy rounding out the top 10. And then Sveda Ferenc is 11th, with Race Chase in 12th. Ryan Brooks now goes down to 13th. Babish now down to 14th, with Danger David in 15th. Mr. Wouter 16th, with Robastian 17th. Andy Andre 18th, who was on pole, but due to disqualifications and qualifying, Andrew starts 19th with his disqualification for blocking pit exit. Then Rush the Series going to take a qualifying ban. That will be upheld. He will still start in last position, but Vero Ducko has in one of the most unique positions you could ever be in as somebody who graces at the back. It is going to be a 19 car. He's bringing round the 19 cars, and it is going to be certainly interesting to see how he gets away from the line. As for Kwan as well, both of these drivers have never been in this position with a clear road in front of them, and they'll be surely keen to try and get some good points from this unique reverse order. Of course, this inspired from the fact a 100% race was going to take place in Belgium before this was quickly scrapped due to the fact it took a very long time to complete the evening. So it was the responsibility was given to me, as Rendog has a disqualification for not getting into his grid box correctly, same for Verstappen. So Brand gets there slowly, as will Energetic, as Quincy also gets disqualified. But of course, they will still start the race from where they start. Of course, as Ryan Brooks also is lining up, as Rush Siri right at the back there is the one we're waiting for. So Vero Ducco will be the one to get us away from the line in a very unique position. It is the birthday boy in pole, and he will lead us through the countdown. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. It's going Spain there, and Quan gets the better start by far and away. Kovachka from third place there is also alongside. He's already up to second. We go, oh no! Oh no! Major crash! Oh my goodness me! Spa 1997, welcome back! And a major crash begins the race. Reverse order causes chaos. All sorts of penalties have been flown around, and that has caused a full safety car, and Shaggy on his debut is out, and he retires a lap 1, straight number 1, and I think I am going to be in for some punishment tonight, that's for sure. I am going to try my best to avoid the Discord here. Yeah, that was a major pileup. I've never seen anything like it. Hello, son. You do not say anything. You didn't see anything. I don't want to hear it right now. No, this is not on me. This is not on me. Oh, shit, I am in trouble. Oh dear. I've seen it before. It happened, mate. Oh, God. Oh, my, so much shit tonight. Oh, no. What's going to into the pits? Oh, shit. Oh, no. What does it say Team 1? But they didn't even make it there. They didn't as they migrate the home. As Quincy has left. Oh, no. I am in so much trouble, guys. I'm in so much trouble. Oh, no. I'm in so much trouble right now. I'm just going to keep myself undeafened because I will take responsibility for this one because... Restart! Oh, we're restarting. Never mind. It's okay. We're restarting. We're restarting. It's fine. Don't worry. We are restarting. It is fine. We do not need to panic anymore. Nothing ever happened. We're restarting. It doesn't matter anymore. So that means I can put back on the synthwave. I can do the Men in Black. We're doing a restart. Don't worry, I caught it. But thank you, Toby, for letting everybody in chat know. And yeah, no, we are doing a restart. So we'll be right back. I will let you know when we're about to get underway. Again, sorry for the delay and sorry for myself. See you in a bit. Hey, Moksha, thanks a lot. Don't worry, Moksha, it was just jokes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just giving you updates, we are currently back in the lobby. We're just trying to get a couple of drivers in. There has been a rather bad reaction to the restart, so we are just going to just take probably a couple of more minutes, maybe a minute or two. Well, yeah, so a lot of people are unhappy with the race restart there. And, we're going to see if we can get back racing with the 20 drivers, but if not, we will be racing with, I think, about 16 or 17. So don't go anywhere. Hopefully we'll be back underway ASAP, and then we'll get back right to it. So don't go anywhere. Just so you know, 2 minutes away from start. 2 minutes away from start. We will be underway at 8:23. Well, we're readying up, and we are now going to be back underway. So, welcome back. Absolute chaos has ensued here in SSRL. Massive crash, and this is forced to restart. Sadly, Robastian is not going to be back with us. So, as long as Andy finishes, he will lose the lead of the championship. I will get points. So, remember, any top 15 finish does guarantee you a points finish at the very least. So what would Andy have to do? Well, all he needs to do is finish P11 or better, or, well, P10 or better, just to not be on even points. And, yep, so we are going to be going on at half past the hour, as apparently I've had an upload. I don't know why, of SSRL. Oh, he started a live stream. Got it. Yeah, no, sorry. We have a new bot in chat, and everybody is being reminded about setups. And yeah, we're only going to be 2 minutes away. So just to kind of fill you in, it was Andy Andre on pole, and then all of a sudden, it has been a reverse grid called by yours truly. I've become public enemy #1, and well. Yeah, no, so I'm not very popular right now. Robastian has sadly left due to the restart after the crash. A lot of people were unhappy with that, and so they're gonna so it was I think it was Welter that put on an announcement just saying, hey, that was my fault. It might have been energetic, I think. Let me just take a quick look. Yes, it was energetic, beg your pardon. So yeah, no, he's unfortunately just a little bit sad about how that all turned out. So obviously we might, well, let's see if we can keep this together, but there was a vocal race briefing about overtaking cleanly, and then we couldn't make it to turn 1, so formation lap has been turned off. So once the lights count down, that means we are back underway for racing now. Like I said before, 19 drivers. Oh, no, formation lap is indeed on. So, we are not going to restart this lobby again, I think. Oh, dear. And Quincy has been called a fool by the other admin. But we will, of course, we won't run through the grid again. But, of course, with the uninvolvement now of Robastian, he will have to, well, we're going to have to consider him. So, we'll run through the grid again. Not going to set up the formation lap music, but we will certainly see how it all lines up. So we're only a minute away. Don't go bowling again, says Toby in the Discord there. Of course, giving you live messages. Oh, good, Dave. You are definitely the fan favorite. My TSCT is the commentator. But here we go. It is now going to be, well, Veroduco leading us away again. And we are going to be, well, it's a mixture of softs and mediums. So Veroduco, pole position on mediums. Quan on the softs there, second. Kovachka third. Vincenzo in 4th, 5th is Rendog, Shaggy in 6th, well, he gets the second bite of the cherry, was the only car to DNF, Verstappen 7th, 8th is Tabran, 9th is Energetic, 10th is Quincy, Sveda in 11th, Race Chase 12th, Ryan Brooks 13th, Bavish 14th, Danger David 15th, Mr. Welter 16th, 17th Andy Andre, 18th is Andrew, and then 19th is Rushla Siri, and of course Rushla Siri serving a qualifying ban, and Andrew will be, of course, serving his disqualification. So the reverse grid does not affect him whatsoever. And he was jokingly advocating justice for Andrew in the Discord, but of course Quincy, well, the admin team in all reality, deciding not to revoke that. Ducker now is going to line up the now, well, 18 cars behind him in a very unique situation, and has a second bite at the cherry to try and get the start right. As Rush the Series has fallen off the pack a little bit. I think he is doing this. Are we going 2x2? Maybe. I hope so. I hope we're going 2x2. I hope we get through this cleanly. Let's see how far we get into turn. Okay. I can only laugh because or else I'll cry. But anyway, Vincenzo now lining up on the grid. In fact, all the drivers are in all reality. Let's go all the way to... In fact, no need to give everybody epilepsy here. Okay. Yeah, okay, because we've got 19 drivers now. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, then, well, there we go. Rush the Series lines up and back at the 19 drivers. And here we go. The countdown will begin in a few moments. Ferruduco pole, Quan in second. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. It's going Spain, and yet again, Quan gets off the line, but Ferruduco was much more faster to the punch, but no difference made. Quan into the lead, 3 wide, into the background there. It is Vincenzo to the inside there, and everybody getting through this time around. No contact. Oh, no, there is contact in the background. Never mind. Danger David and the McLaren, I think, of Race Chase. We're having a bit of a battle there. Let's see what goes on here, as now Quincy up into 6th place, 3 wide going into Repsol, and now they'll approach Seat, but everybody just trying to find their way. Of course, everybody out of position in terms of pace. This won't be easy, that's for sure. Patience is required at this early part of the race, and now look at that, few outside moves as well. Let's see who's been winning and losing here. Ferruduco already down 12 positions. Oh, goodness me, the birthday guy not having the good time at all on the opening lap, and Rendog is down 8 as well. And going very wide through Campsa there. There's the Ferrari of Mr. Welter trying to get positions as Danger David is there in the back. But now, let's have a look at the leading pair. Let's go. 2 for 2. There we go. And anyway, oh, Vincenzo wide there on the final corner. He's going to lose out to Shaggy, and Shaggy in his debut race is on the podium. Oh, goodness me. Now, can Shaggy just hold it there? As now Tabrana's going to go side by side with Vincenzo, but no dice there. That has straight line speed. Seems to have done him favors as Danger David into the pit lane. And he might now request for a restart. You never know. And there we go. That is Kovachka very wide through what is turn 3. That's Renault now coming into Repsol, and Shaggy is up into 2nd. Oh my goodness me, I joked that this could be his debut win. I wasn't being serious, and now he's up into 2nd place. This is amazing from the Alpine, and now all of a sudden he is looking at the lead. He'll remember what I jokingly said in the briefing room, of course, where we had that thing about, like, you know, try and make overtakes cleanly, and look how far that got us. And yeah, no, I think Danger David would have been involved in that contact with the McLaren, so that'll be who we saw, as now Andy has made a move on Rush the Series there, all the way into turn number 10 there, which they call Keisha? I don't know, I can't pronounce it. I'm really sorry if I messed that up. To any Spaniards in the chat, do apologise for that. As now Shaggy has the DRS, Quan to the inside. He has led 3 whole laps of this Grand Prix, but he's gonna give it up. Shaggy takes the lead of the race in his debut Grand Prix. Of course, the reverse grid has helped him, and now is he gonna try and run away from the pack? 31 laps to go, and well, I'm now definitely public enemy number 1 if he wins. I jokingly said, oh, you can win this, right? And now, but of course, there are faster drivers in the back here, as now we are seeing Energetic and Andrew go side by side out of Repsol into Seat, but the Ferrari has the inside line this time around. And well, if these two start battling, this only helps the guys at the front here. And now they're going to keep going down the inside. There's a bit of wheel bagging there, but Andrew forces his way through in the Williams, and he is now going to look at the back of Babish and he's got DRS as well, so that'll help him in his quest. But can Bavish now get on Ryan Brooks? These two are fighting as well. Just to give you an idea where Ryan and Bavish are. Well, Bavish is dropped to 5th, and with Ryan Brooks now going up to what is, I think, 4th position here, because who's third? That is Andrew there. So Andrew doing a good job to be ahead of just about everybody that he is in contention with. So Bavish and Ryan Brooks will be the ones. Andrew is behind. That's Kavachka and Vincenzo having a battle there, getting past. I think that was Quan there, had been no DRS. So Shaggy is broken away, and then Ryan Brooks makes a move. What about any of the guys in this pack? Oh, very wide there from the McLaren. That'll be because of the dirty air. And there we go. There's Quan and Tabran having a fight as well. Tabran to the inside of the Mercedes driver, and now Quincy will have a look at this and think, I'm gonna have a go round the outside, and Sayat nearly losing control of the car, gets the move done, and Quan is being quickly swallowed up by the whole pack. Well, the reverse grid did him no favors, and Shaggy now has a 1.2 second gap. Oh goodness me! I did not expect that when I reversed the grid. So anyway, maybe we might have to drop the idea after today. I hope not, but anyway, Energetic and Andrew going side by side again. These two having contact earlier on. Only light contact though, so there shouldn't be any dramatic damage, but that is Energetic back through on the Williams car. Ooh, there we go. More battling at the front here. Oh, Bavish and Sven are going side by side through the final couple of turns, but who is going to have the momentum down the start finish straight? Look at that. There's Ryan Brooks right in front of them. That's where Bavish will be worried about. He goes to the inside to defend as Ryan Brooks goes to the inside to overtake. Quan tries to hold it, but he goes very wide through the corner and off the track. He's going to have to rejoin safely, and he does indeed, and it's now going to be side by side with Energetic, and that intense battle with Andrew. And, well, he comes out in the middle of it, so he's got a bit of a car, well, between him and, him and Andrew. So, anyway, as all sorts of battling going on all over the place, that's 5th place for Quincy there. That is going through Sayat on the exit there. And then there's Rushta Siri as well in the background, overtaking. I think Red Dog actually has had a moment. Yes, he has on the exit of Sayat. That is a VSC. Let's see what's happened to the Aston Martin driver as he goes through. No front wing at all. So it shouldn't be a full safety car for that. But everybody has to slow down and follow a delta. We are under virtual safety car conditions. And, well, now everybody slows down. And Shaggy, well, is going to need to lead another lap of this Grand Prix. Kavachka is actually doing a good job to hold off everybody. Wow, let's see. Oh, and Shaggy into the pits, though. Shaggy into the pits. I think that might be a very early call, but let's see if that works out. And actually, a lot of people following suit, including Quincy, Vincenzo, Quincy, Quan, and Andy Andre there, all coming in early. It seems a little early to me. I mean, we are under VSC conditions, and they could be in the best possible position for an undercut. Of course, they won't lose as much time, but in Danger David going to be overtaken. Not even close there. He's only just going through turns 7 and 8 there, which is worth. And, well, he's not too far in front of these two. Drive-through penalty for Andrew for speeding under VSC conditions. Bad news there as now Shaggy comes out in 12th position there on hard tyres. So he is one-stopping this with the undercut. He'll have 28 laps to survive on those hard tyres. But what has everybody else done? Well, Quad's got on softs. Quincy went on mediums. Andy Andre went on to hards as well. So Shaggy trying to think ahead here. And so now your new leader of the race is Kavachka. And if he can probably do his teammate a favour. Rushta Siri also gets a drive-through. So adding on to his qualifying ban, now with a drive-through, it's going to lose a significant amount of time, as will Andrew. And remember, drive-throughs have to be served within 3 racing laps here. So you cannot serve that under a VSC or a safety car condition. As now, well, look at this. This is Quincy and Vincenzo goes side by side for 40th place. Quincy makes his way through the Haas driver. Oh no, as Rushta Siri has retired in the pit. No, he's retired because he's crashed into the pit lane. Oh, the entry. And I think, was Shaggy involved in that? No. No, but that means that yellow flag is cleared up and Rushta Siri is out. Serving his drive-through, and I think Andrew is also serving his drive-through. We have a caution for a kick Sauber here as we see Andy Andre make a move. That caution quickly clears up. So that's Andrew up into 14th place there on fresh tyres. And now Tabran is right on the back as we see Verstappen or somebody going very wide there. As we my great host there. So Rush the Siri having an accident. And that could have been a bit of a flashback for Shaggy, who, of course, had a crash in qualifying into Rendog for that very same reason. So maybe he was a bit more aware going through that final corner. Certainly, Shaggy having a couple of bites at the cherry is certainly maybe a bit too much excitement for 1 week, for 1 evening for the British driver. But anyway, at the moment, Ryan Brooks, who is making a headway in the table this season, certainly going to be a championship contender going into next season, currently in 3rd place. And has recovered well, I must say, up 10 positions from his start as he takes fastest lap of the race. DRS open for the Racing Bulls driver Tabran, trying to make a move, but not close enough to do so. So here we are. This is the competitive part of the race now. Babish has lost touch with Ryan Brooks here. And now, also, there's just several battles going on up and down the field. It's just exciting to watch, but not under the circumstances. There we go. Oh! As there was a Red Bull onto the grass there. That looked like Veriduco might have been forced off. I didn't quite catch all of that. My eyes were distracted elsewhere to try and see what the Haas was doing of Vincenzo. But unfortunately, I did miss that. I don't know if there was a little nudge there. Chat, you might be in a better position to see that. But look at this. Your top 3 are running line astern. And Ryan Brooks is going nowhere. In fact, he is bringing Babish into the equation. Kvachka is a bit of a cork in the bottle, and well, if Kvachka does enough here to actually hold up the field, well, guess who comes back into this right away? Shaggy will be in racing distance. He is 5.4 seconds away from Sveta in 9th, and then I'll try and get a comparison to the leader on that one, but that is 13 seconds to the leader. So here we go. Certainly could be interesting times as Kvachka now going defensive. Will it be enough to cut off Tabran? It will not. And remember, Tabran serving a 3-second post-race penalty for contact. As there we go. That is Tabran into the lead of the race. Now, can Kvachka fight that back ASAP, or will Ryan Brooks have him, as Babish is now right there with them both? Ryan Brooks there finds the room. Kvachka decides not to fight this too hard, or is he going to try and come back round the outside? Yes, he most certainly is, but to no avail. As how Kvachka trying with the cutback. He might do the over-under again through Sayat there. Let's see what he can do. He certainly is making it work, but just doesn't have the traction anymore. Those fresh medium tyres will be in a better working condition than the soft tyre in 3rd place. Now, Babish really does need to think about making a move ASAP, and he can do that through here. He'll have the DRS, but so will Kvachka. Remember, let's go on board with the McLaren driver, as Quan and Veriduco are now swapping positions. Veriduco has also had to swap with Andrew there. Looks like Veriduco actually had a moment there, so despite starting in pole position, no dice for the Red Bull driver. He is now out of the points. We are now going to see surely Ryan Brooks take the lead of this Grand Prix. He's going to have DRS down this straight, but also we are going to see maybe a couple of swaps in the background for what is 3rd place. There's Ryan Brooks at the forefront of your frame as he takes over the lead of the race. Babish now goes into 3rd place as well with DRS and gets the move done into turn 1. 1.5 seconds away from 2nd place is Andy Andre with the fastest lap of the race. Now, somebody was fighting there with Kvachka. That was Verstappen. Verstappen having a very good weekend, all things considered, as now there's more fighting going up and down the field. And so I'm just trying to see what we can catch in the nick of time. It looks like Verstappen and Kvachka. Well, Verstappen is definitely very close to the Alpine driver. Those softs have definitely faded away. Wonder if he's going to try an overcut strategy where he'll pit later and have the fresher tyres towards the end of the Grand Prix. Of course, if any of these, let's just see who has pitted. None of the top 9 have pitted, so Shaggy might have the lead of the race before this is over. And if Tabran and Ryan Brooks don't share DRS effectively, well, Shaggy's right back in this as well. So a lot to look out for. And if we have another safety car, well, Shaggy is not going to be in the best position here. So let's see what happens here as they go. Kvachka into the pit lane now, but Verstappen still should have DRS. As they go, look, right, actually Babish is starting to catch, I think. But of course, he won't have DRS to the guys in front there. As there we go, Energetic is now going to make a move for 5th place there, and he gets down the inside into turn 1. The Haas takes away the position as now Shaggy is up into 9th position there, 3.2 seconds away. As Vincenzo and Quincy have gone and swapped positions again for 10th place, but this racing is taking our attention as of right now. Juan there down to 14th place after Andrew is now really on a charge. And we'll soon see how far he can get up the field, but he's doing very well as of right now. But Andy Andre there, up into 12th there, so he'll score 4 points. Not quite enough to take away the lead of the championship from Robastian, as he decided not to race after the restart there. And here we go, Verstappen gonna try down the inside maybe? Nope, not through here, not close enough to do so. Verstappen now is half a second away, but with Race Chase in pursuit there, a lot of pressure. We are now into a third of the Grand Prix. It will be 12 laps out of 33, so it will be 22 laps to go at the line. Tabran now losing touch with Ryan Brooks, and Bavish losing touch, well, is going into touch with Tabran here, as now DRS open for Verstappen. They're going to swap DRS, and I think we've had another crash, or we've had another moment somewhere, but it doesn't look like it has really affected anything. Is it Andy Andre? He's now up in 10th place there. Indeed, he is. So, there you go. And Veriduco into the pits, but down to 16th. He is now out of the points. And David, no safety car at the moment, is trying to hope for one to try and get him back into the, at least into the pack here. But Russia Series, too much damage, has retired in the pit lane. He's our only DNF so far in this race, but certainly a lot of pitchforks will be coming my way post-race, that is for certain. I think from quite a few people. So anyway, public enemy number 1 I have become, deservedly maybe, as now the 2 Red Bulls going side by side into turn 1, but Danger David gets out in front there, so he is now 17th place and trying to get those 13 seconds down to Rendog, as we have the Mercedes of Quan facing the wrong way out of Worth there and approaching Campsa. But that is going to be short-lived, and he'll be back underway. As Tabran now into the pit lane, and what will be important here is the gap to Shaggy. And you know what? Shaggy's also going to pip Tabran here, so Shaggy might have played this rather decently. He's already 1.5 seconds away from Sveta. Can Sveta try and hold up the Haas, the Alpine driver here, and maybe just bring his teammate back into the equation for the win? Because at the moment, Andy is net second place. He stopped early and tried the undercut, and it's working out so far. So Shaggy and Andre are going to be alongside one another when everybody here completes their pit stops. And Shaggy is now within DRS of Andy's teammate, so this could be quite a significant part of the race, and we are certainly going to keep an eye on this. But here we go, Race Chase, and the McLarens will be very happy with what's happening so far. Their drivers are 2nd and 5th, with Bavish trying to get onto the back of Ryan Brooks, but we know Ryan Brooks can save that. Okan is race smart. He looks at the whole race distance. Brief yellow flag for Rendog, the Aston Martin, I think, but that is short-lived, and we will continue racing without interruption. But of course, Ryan Brooks knows when to push, and he knows when to take it easy. So he will not be easy to catch up to by any means of the stretch, but I'm sure Bavish, with his new pedals, is surely going to have a go, as I think we saw Verstappen. Yeah, no, that was actually energetic into the pit lane. So again, we look to Shaggy, as he's now got DRS on Andy's teammate. So here we go, the rear ring should open at any moment, and that is Andy. How many seconds away? That looked like 2.7 before the deltas came in. Yeah, about 3 seconds away. So there you go. It's now Shaggy up into 6th place there, easy as you like, and Mr. Walter 3.3 seconds down the road. We are now 20 laps into the race, and Shaggy loses it. Oh, goodness me. No, Shaggy, you were the chosen one, but unfortunately loses it, and now he loses that rear end, will ruin his tyres, which will be overheating. And there's Mr. Walter in front of him, who, of course, has not pitted yet. So I don't know if Mr. Walter was also recovering from a moment there, but scary times. And it is going to be it's going to be Shaggy now fighting Mr. Walter and Andy Andre for the potential race win here. But Shaggy's time deficit will not be helped by that little moment he had through, what was that, Renault corner. Now, luckily for Shaggy, he can defend with DRS as long as he stays where he is. but his tires will be overheating, so just needs to keep it cool and collected, and then he should be okay. As now, oh, well, then again, both Sveta and Shaggy pull into the pit lane. I think Sveta kind of saw the call. Shaggy will have DRS as he is now up into the lead of the race. But for how long? You do think Andy Andre, the 4-time world champion, hoping to make it a 5-time champion, is now right on the back of the Alpine. How long can Shaggy hold it here for? As Quincy is now up into 3rd place, but he's on medium tyres, so I don't think he could go to the end. Andrew is up into 6th position here and only has Tabran in front. Yet to stop, though, so he's hoping for some sort of safety car. Tabran on soft, so that is certainly an interesting strategy. Just trying to keep an eye on battles up and down the field as Race Shakes it's a 3-second penalty for track limit violations. And here we go. I think we're going to see Andy begin to start making moves here, but Shaggy can just use the DRS of Andy Andre if he can stay with him in the corners, although it does look like Andy is significantly faster than the Alpine in front. Look at how he closes up in braking as well. That just looks like Shaggy will be kind of just swallowed up by the world champion here 4 times in a row. Well, Shaggy had a go. He led a good portion of this race, but I think at the halfway, just under the halfway point, he's going to have to let it go. He will lead this lap, but then on to lap 16 we go. And I think we're going to have the predictable leader as Quincy now into the pit lane. Vincenzo 4.4 seconds behind, and there you go. Andy swaps the lead with Shaggy. Can Shaggy fight back through turn 1? There's not really anywhere to go, so that is the end of that. As now we have another caution in sector 2, that was. I think that was for the Red Bull of Veriduco there, but don't quote me on that. As Andrew into the pit lane, of course, after serving a drive-through penalty, now all the way down to 16th place. Look at the time loss that has given him. And Shaggy here has actually stayed with Andy Andre, despite not being the fastest driver here as of right now. He's going to have DRS again. Can Shaggy make this work? No, he's lost a couple of tenths through that corner alone. So we'll have DRS again. The rear wing will open up on the Alpine, but I think this will be the last Shaggy sees of the world champion, and that battle will quickly fade out. As Vincenzo has a chance at a podium here, and he's come back into a full-time seat after being away on a works holiday, which took him around several countries, as we alluded to earlier on in qualifying. And next up will be over the halfway mark, and yes, Shaggy has lost that DRS advantage, I do believe. The rear wing should not open. It doesn't. And, well, now we're going to have to turn our attention elsewhere because Mr. Walter has also caught up to the back of Sveta here. So can Mr. Walter maybe bring in a few points? Babish fastest lap of the race there, 1.8 seconds. He's trying to catch up to Ryan Brooks. Well, Vincenzo's trying to overtake Tabran for 3rd position here. So a lot of things happening in a very quick amount of time. As Sveta to the inside there for 10th place. What about Mr. Walter? Can he try and catch up to Race Chase there? No, not good enough there. So he will have to wait for another opportunity. The Ferrari now, 12th position, where he is up 4 positions, of course, thanks to the reverse grid, started 16th. And now he is currently looking at the back of Race Chase and Mr. Alto. Race Chase with a 3-second penalty for track limit violations. Same for Veriduco. And we are now over halfway distance in this race. And just to let you know, Shaggy, who's led a good portion of this race, well, currently in 2nd place. Of course, Andy was always going to be a step above the race. And unfortunately, this could mean that we see Andy... Well, at the moment, it will mean we see Andy take the lead of the championship. And, well, by quite some margin as well. It's going to be a 21-point gap if things stay as they are right now. And here we go. We're going to see Vincenzo to the inside of turn 1. There's contact between the two. And Tabran is crashed into. But you're not really meant to slow down because there's Ryan Brooks in all of that. And he's going to find the inside of Renault. And he's through! And Babish is unable to follow through. He's round the outside of Vincenzo there. I don't think he should have slowed down in all reality. I know he felt bad, but that is a very tight corner. And then, not only that, I mean, I'm not really sure who gave each other the room. It looked like Vincenzo was alongside there, and maybe Tabran did give him the room. But again, don't quote me on that because... yeah, no, I don't get to see what the stewards see, so don't forget that as well. But now Ryan Brooks up into 3rd place. Well, that was made rather easy for the British driver. And I'm sure very happy mum right now is cheering on to try and catch up to Shaggy in second place there. At the moment, we are seeing, we are trying to now, well, Bavish has got a bit of work to do. He's now got to Bran, and he should have DRS as long as he keeps it in a second to Ryan Brooks this time around. He does. And so that means Tabran will be on the defensive, but Ryan Brooks is on the defensive as well. He's cut to the inside to try and break the slipstream. Let's see what the McLaren could do. We ride on board with the British driver. Is he going to look to the inside? It's a one. No, thinks better of it. And of course, Tabran may have closed the door, but Tabran was wide through there. Look at that move. Oh my goodness me. Bavish is on a charge. What an overtake there as Race Chase and Svena swap positions as well. That battle's been going on for quite some time. And now, Bavish with an epic overtake into fourth place. What confidence he has in that car. What confidence the pedals have given him. And now Bavish is looking at a podium. And Ryan Brooks, well, he is slowly catching on to the back of Shaggy. As Danger David has retired in the pit lane, he has gone on for as long as he can bear. But unfortunate to see him go. As now the reserve for Red Bull has now retired. So that means we are down to 17 drivers as Danger David leaves the session. So I think any chance of a safety car is probably a bit been diminished now. Although stranger things have happened in F1 League racing and sillier things have happened in Silly Season Racing League. Although you could say that the opening the opening to this one was pretty silly as Ryan Brooks to the inside. It's not going to mean very little, though, as he allows Bavish through and up into third place. But, of course, I think Ryan Brooks is trying to work with Bavish on this one to try and make sure they can get that gap down to Shaggy. As now Vincenzo has been overtaken by Kovachka. Remember, Vincenzo has not got his front wing end plate. Cuts off his teammate Verstappen there as Federer and Race Chase swap positions. As now Verstappen goes through into Renault. Will, of course, have more downforce on his teammate. And there's Energetic trying to take advantage of it. No good, though. As though, well, now he gets the exit. As there you go. You see Vincenzo suffering from understeer there. But he'll have the inside line. Don't do what Max Verstappen did to Russell. They don't. And there you go, Vincenzo, has to concede to Energetic, and that is 8th place for the Ferrari driver, as well as 7th. But, oh, mistake from the Ferrari, and now they're going to go side by side through here. That is not usually a place you would see as now. Vincenzo has gone wide. Energetic may have the run here, but it's going to be the outside for the Ferrari driver, inside for the Haas driver. No chance of a cutback through there, thanks to the dirty air. And that comes to a very swift end. And Bavish there, actually, I think, broke DRS to the Racing Bulls. Let's see. Let's come to the racing line. And that's fastest lap for Bavish there, a 1:15.0. And he's currently on fire as Vincenzo into the pit lane. He's done all he can. As now Kovachka under pressure from Verstappen here. DRS open for the Haas, down the inside into turn 1, but Kovachka will keep fighting it. There might have been a bit of wheel banging there, but otherwise that is all said and done there. And Kovachka now down 7th after conceding to Verstappen. And look at this, Bavish is now within DRS of Shaggy here, 5.4 seconds. And now short, well, sorry, 6.6 tenths there, but 5.7 seconds to the lead. And that's what I meant there. So no DRS defense for Shaggy here, as now we go to the second DRS zone. DRS opening for Bavish there, but not going to be close enough going into the next corner. Now, what could, if Shaggy was smart about this, he could try following in the DRS, although the drivers behind him are faster. He hasn't, these two have been sharing DRS for most of the time. As, oh, Quincy has crashed! Safety car deployed! And through Worth, as safety car is deployed, Shaggy says, I'm going on to fresh tyres, thank you very much. And Quincy causes the first safety car after crashing out in Worth. And all of a sudden, this rather chaotic race has had another twist in the tail. Everybody into the pit lane. Andy is stranded out on the track. And I think Shaggy will have gotten away. That's just a delay. He's back to second. Ryan Brooks now, let's see what everyone's going on to. It is a mixture of hard and mediums, and I think Bavish has made a mistake there. At least he'll be safe to go to the end, but I think the mediums were the better call. It's going to depend how fast we get underway here as well. But Andy cannot stay out on those tyres. That is just a bit too much to ask for the Romanian driver. Andy was gambling for it. Okay, then. So Andy was actually gambling for the safety car. So this means he can't stay out on those tires, but does have a nice little gap, as everybody will be slowed down, I do think. But then again, Andy's been caught here. No, look at this. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Hang on. Look at this. He's behind the safety car. And he's going at full race pace. Andy is going to get caught. Andy is going to get caught, mate. Explain that one, Moksha. I'm just waiting for a confused face from Moksha now because I'm really smug. I'm really smug right now. Thank you very much. Reverse grid has brought more chaos. Andy Andre forced to the pit lane, caught the safety car after, of course, and now, all of a sudden, Andy Andre is absolutely screwed. He is going to be behind Energetic at the very least. And there we go. He's already down to third place. Tabran is going to come across the line. Verstappen will come across the line. And what about Kvachka? Oh, don't want to be stuck behind him in all reality. At least for Andy's sake. For Andy's sake. Sorry, Kvachka. I don't mean anything by that. It's nothing personal. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm very smug now, Moksha, just for what it's worth, as he comes out in front of Kvachka, but still, you've got Energetic in front of you, and, well, you're not going to have, well, he doesn't have as good of a lead now as Shaggy now. It's going to be very interesting. He's now back in the lead of the race, but Babish there will certainly, oh, goodness me, there, as the safety car having a bit of a moment there, it would seem, as Vincenzo and Veriduco are on soft tyres. I don't think that's the way to go. Honestly, but Andrew's back into this. Hey-oh, anything can happen now. I like having you in chat, Moksha. I like having you in chat a lot. I like it. I like it. Well, damn, sister. Hello, do you have a tune? Yes, please. Yes, please. Okay. Quincy, hello there. Welcome to the comms box. Well, you caused the first safety car of the evening. It's been quite an evening.
Oh man, I'm so sorry to everyone. I just lost it out of the corner. Coming up the hill towards the fast right-hander that's usually flat uphill. I wasn't even doing anything extreme. I was just driving in like a very slow average pace trying to manage tyres, and the back end went and I literally kissed the wall and my wheel fell off. I don't understand. I really don't. Very confused.
I think you were running at about 13th at that moment in time. Obviously, like, no, we had to restart the race this evening, which has caused a bit of controversy, but overall, kind of moving on from that, how was the race going in your books there? What was the kind of finishing result you were hoping for?
Dave, I honestly had no idea who I was racing. I had no idea what my placement was on track, because after pitting under the VSC, I thought I would be higher up, but then I wasn't, and I was just in the middle of nowhere, so I really didn't know who I was fighting or where I was on track. I was just all a bit lost. It's all a bit confusing tonight, to be fair.
No, it has certainly been a very confusing night, but just one final question. What are you hoping for as an admin in these going to be probably final 9 laps?
Clean driving, no safety cars, and a DM full of inboxes, I imagine.
Also, Rush the Series saying a bit of controversy. Michael Massey moment in SSRL, he says.
It's been manipulated, man. That's all I'll say.
All right, Quincy, thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Alrighty, so there you go. There's Quincy. I apologise to everybody, but... Oh, goodness me. Oh, we are not going to hear the end of this one after tonight, that's for sure. But safety car number 1 deployed. Quincy having a crash through Worth. And, well, Shaggy is your new leader of the race, and we are just waiting for Rendog to catch up, but it's not going to matter. We're going to have 9 laps of racing before the end of this. Rendog unable to catch up. And now we will see what happens at this restart. Safety car needs to be in the pit lane, and Shaggy might just want to slow things down. So let's see what he does. But anyway, I'm going to go quiet, and I'll let the Alpine engine do the talking. And Shaggy gets away off the final corner. I don't think that'll be enough to catch Bavish out, you know. Look at Bavish. He's right there in the slipstream. He'll be using his battery, as will Shaggy, as will Ryan, who is going to make a move. It's so on Bavish to the inside. But not close enough to make it work, though. And the Ferrari of Energetic round the outside. How on earth? As well, there you go. Verstappen will have the traction on the exit. There's Andy RJ involved in all of this as well. And Sveta has dropped down. He's had a crash or some sort of collision at turn number 1 there. And Verstappen and Energetic continue to go side by side with one another. But the McLaren of Barish has lost it on the exit. And now, well, can Andy make use of that? No, he can't for now. But he is going to have a run. And he is going to be up to 6th place sooner rather than later. But Barish will fight that back round the outside. Not very likely there, but he's going to have to concede to that one for the time being. But Shaggy is already 1 second down the road from Ryan Brooks on those fresher medium tyres, I think he took. Yes, and Ryan Brooks took the same tyre. So now, and there we go, more battling in the background. No, sorry, that's Vincenzo and Mr. Walter having a bit of side-by-side action there, coming into turn 10 there. And, well, there you go. Ryan Brooks is already back within the 1 second mark there. Didn't take long at all. And remember, Tabran has a post-race 3 second penalty to serve, so he won't be on the podium. This means Verstappen could have a chance here. This is going to be interesting. Tabran was thinking, well, I wish I didn't have that post-race 3 second penalty now, as there's Andrew also making a move. Oh, Andrew's lost it! And the Red Bull does brilliant to avoid that. Ferroduco avoiding action there, but Andrew now, well, his misery goes from bad to worse, and, well, the Kicksalvers are going to benefit from that very greatly, but Sveta, well, not going to be able to score points after having a moment, so it's really all up to Andy to try and bring that gap down as much as he can. He would love to take the race win, and it's not impossible from his position. He has done miracles from further back before, and I do not think this is out of his grasp at all. Andy here, right onto the back of Energetic, who has lost the top 4 here. But, of course, he will have a chance to hold off Andy for a little bit longer. Energetic on 4-lap medium tyres. They must have gone already. And Bavish still hanging on to this, but making a mistake. Out of... Where is it? It is out of Repsol there, just coming into Sayat. And here we go. I think Andy RJ is going to prepare a move for 5th place here. DRS opening, and, yeah, Energetic not really fighting that too much. But he does go to the middle of the track, makes Andy work for it a little bit, throws him offline, but not really by enough, as now his race chase there was trying to have a go there on Gavachko into turn 1, but more importantly, Andy up into 5th place, and now has Verstappen in front by just over a second, so he should catch before the next DRS zone. And now Bavish with a bit of work to do. He has got to pass Energetic as soon as possible, preferably in the next DRS zone, but I think Energetic will have more than an ample defense here with Andy's slipstream here. As Sveta has retired in the pit lane, so no extra points for the Kicksalber as well. Now the Williams eventually will have to try and make miracles to try and catch back up. And yeah, look at this. Energetic already is checking away from Andy RJ. Andy technically checking out from the Ferrari. But can the Ferrari just find a bit more pace to maybe defend from the McLaren? Andy is already with Verstappen there. That did not take long at all, as now Ryan Brooks is maybe about to take over the lead of the race. Shaggy goes defensive to the inside. How much use will it be? Andy with the fastest lap. Look at that regeneration. Shaggy caught with his pants down, is now in 2nd place, and Ryan Brooks says, thank you very much, I will take that away from you. And now Shaggy has got a bit of work to do. I think he was trying to regenerate the battery for some reason down that straight there. It must have just ran out, and now Andy, well, it's a bit, well, might just be comfortable here, as Andy did take away that 4th position from Verstappen now. So Verstappen's still in a decent position, but yeah, here we go. Oh no, the words that nobody wants to read. Yellow flag in Sector 1. And Shaggy, well, is still right there with Ryan Brooks there. So this might not be over yet for Shaggy, as he's found good pace now. So DRS opening for the Alpine there. Of course, the mastermind behind is going to have none of it. But then there's going to be Andy Andre as well to worry about. 2-second gap to the top 2. And this could be very tense stuff as we go to the end of the Grand Prix. Ryan Brooks trying to take a win here. I believe it would be his first there. I will just double check that very quickly. Before we get underway, before we get down into the final few laps. Anyway, DRS opening for Andy Andre here. And now he's going to be right up to Tabran. And there you go. Easy as you like, as there Shaggy does indeed take away the lead of the race yet again. But Andy Andre, more importantly, up into third place. And with 5 laps to go, only has 1.5 seconds to Ryan Brooks and Shaggy. We will be soon surely caught in a rather entertaining final few laps here. Well, despite me becoming public enemy number 1, I think don't say I don't make this league great. Well, I don't contribute. Don't say I don't contribute, because this has been good. Apart from the few little things we've had. But anyway, just kind of double checking here. Ryan Brooks, has he... Oh, he took a win in Saudi Arabia, beg your pardon. So this will be his second win of the season if he is to stay if he is able to take the lead towards the end of the Grand Prix. But at the moment, we are going to soon see Andy Andre catch up to the both of them. That did not take long at all. Look at that. Already within a second to the car in front. And, well, Tabran is right there as well, as is Verstappen, as is energetic. Bavish has just dropped back. So those hard tyres were a mistake, unless he can make something magical work within the final few laps. Andy with DRS open, he will be quite a threat, as now, well, oh goodness me, another yellow flag, and that is for Vincenzo there, going into the gravel at the final turn there. Of course, we saw him do that earlier on in the race, as now Ryan Brooks into the lead of the Grand Prix, trying to get a 1-car separation from Andy Andre there, as now Andrew takes away 12th place from Kwan there, and now 2 seconds to Vincenzo in front, who is really struggling with his Haas this evening. So that should be another overtake, and that's 4 points, more importantly. So that would be an additional 5 points if Andrew can catch up there for the Williams. But of course, Sveta and Robastian not scoring points, as Robastian did back out after the restart, the chaotic restart from the first take. As what's happened to Vincenzo? Yeah, there we go. There's Andrew up into 11th place as well now. So that means, yeah, 5 points for the Williams, and, well, it has nearly 7 seconds. You're not going to catch that in 4 laps at this stage of the race, but can actually get into the 3-second bubble for Mr. Wouter. So Andrew could actually now find himself in the top 10 before the end of this race. But remember as well, Tabran is a bit of an outlier here, because he has a post-race 3-second penalty. And now, here we go. Shaggy is now going to start catching up to Ryan Brooks, but I think Shaggy has to kind of just fall in line with 3 laps to go. And, well, we saw an entertainer here on the final race of the season. I believe it was, as Vincenzo has crashed. Vincenzo has crashed, but there's not enough time for the safety car, so it won't be deployed. But Vincenzo has crashed out. And, well, yeah, he seems to be struggling with that Haas, and now he is fully out. And, well, now Shaggy is just kind of trying to hang on here, but Andy Andre won't be afraid to make a move, make it, well, 1 place a lap, and then you find yourself at the front of the field. And Andy with a great run out of here, and Shaggy gives him the room rather generously, and Andy Andre now banging, well, oh goodness me, Shaggy banging wheels with the 4-time in a row world champion, and Andy is forced wide, and, well, I say forced wide, no contact was made until the exit of the corner, and now Andy is getting extremely desperate here. He wants maximum lead on, as Shaggy is definitely suffering from some sort of understeer there, as Ryan Brooks is being allowed to get away. And here we go, Tabran is right with this, Verstappen is also right with this, but here we go, Shaggy now has DRS and ERS in tow. Look at this. We are going to be on for an entertainer. 2 laps to go, and it is surely going to be one of the 2 that you see. Is it going to be Shaggy, or is it going to be the 4-time champion of Andre? But Andre has found room at Renault. Can he convert that going into Repsol? No, he is still there, Shaggy. He has got the Scooby look on his side. But Nan, Andy has to give him the hard shoulder, because now Shaggy is through. And at the moment now, Shaggy under a bit of pressure, as now Ryan Brooks will now have to try and get his second win in a row in front of us. Oh, Shaggy, they're having a moment through Worth. And now to Brad to the inside, but remember, 3-second penalty post-race coming the Aston Martin's way. So this might not matter as such, as now Verstappen's going to try and have a go, but then Energetic 6 going to try and have a go as well. Down the inside there, and that is going to be Verstappen still in front with that outside line. The sausage curb not helping the car's momentum out of the corner. And now side by side through here as well. Energetic has a moment and, well, has the slot in behind. But here we go. This is what we've been waiting for. Final lap, final overtake. It is going to be a 2-point. Hang on a minute. As Andy Andre there is, yeah, it's a 2.8 mile drag race to the line. And now Ryan Brooks and Andy go side by side into turn one. Ryan Brooks is still there. No contact between the two. And now Tabran has got an opportunity a second, but remember, he's got a bit of an outlying penalty to serve post-race, but Andy Andre is now in front, and Tabran decides not to fight that too much further, as now Ryan Brooks needs a miracle to try and get back past Andy Andre now. Andy Andre did this very similar to the season finale. I think it was season 4, I'm tempted to say, when it was a three-way battle between Herman and Danger David there. And of course, Danger David having another DNF at Spain there. I won't be happy with that statistic. But here we go now. As there is that Verstappen trying to get past Shaggy. Shaggy there trying to hold off. Verstappen does so successfully, but Ryan Brooks is still right there. If Andy makes one mistake in these final few corners, that is going to be it for the Kick Sauber. But it looks like he has done what the impossibles again. He has done the impossible again. And Andy Andre in Spain wins again from the back of the grid. Ryan Brooks has to settle for second. Tabran third, but Shaggy gets the podium. Shaggy gets the podium. He held on to fourth. Shaggy is third. Tabran's post-race penalty means Shaggy gets a podium on his debut race in SSRL. Shaggy, take a bow. That was some epic driving. You held off Energetic, held off Babish as well, who finished 5th and 6th. We'll go through the rest of the results in good time. But elation for Andy Andre there from 17th to 1st. Andy Andre will take a 21-point lead in the Drivers' Championship. Sebastian now will have to try and recover. And, well, as we have an announcement, reports will open at 10:17. There you go, celebration for Andy Andre, but more importantly, Shaggy is on the podium. Incredible. I don't know if Shaggy will be aware of it as well, but that is an epic Grand Prix. Cleanest driver goes to Ryan Brooks, so that means he will have driver of the day by default. But now, your top 3 is Andy Andre, Ryan Brooks, and Tabran, with your top 5 rounded out by Shaggy and Energetic. But of course, thanks to Tabran's 3 seconds, that means Shaggy is 3rd place and Energetic 4th. But for the rest, I'm just going to go by the order we are seeing. So it's Babish, Kvachka, Verstappen, Race Chaser, then Wouter in the top 10. 11th to 15th is Andrew, Kwan, Wendog, Veridoco, and Vincenzo. And then your non-finishers are Sveta, Quincy, Danger David, and Rush Nasiri. Well, let's go to the podium interviews, and the top 3 are right here to join us. So first and foremost, Andy Andre from 17th to the win. Congratulations. You never cease to amaze us here in SSRL. And even when the cards are down at midpoint of the race, you crawl it back. Again, what a drive from yourself.
Yes, indeed. It was one of my greatest drives, to be honest. Everything that could have went against me, I think, actually did. I had a lot of challenges today. First of all, from pole straight to the back. Then the canceled restart. I had an excellent first few corners. I stayed clear of the carnage ahead and got P6 with the fastest drivers all behind me or out. And yeah, third time around, got a really great strategy, put me in a good position towards the end. I was leading by quite a lot on the hards. I think it was about between 5 and 10 seconds. And then when I don't know what's up with the game, but when the safety car came out, I pitted with everyone else and came out 7th, despite going in first. I don't know exactly how of the game sees it, but it didn't make the other cars respect the safety car delta. So yeah, don't know exactly what happened there, but had to do a bit of work at the end to crawl my way back to the top. A few times wheel banging with the guys for the final two positions, but I hope everything was clean and yeah, the result will stay as it is. But anyway, amazing race, really hard work, and happy to be where I am.
And of course, I'm not really going to talk about strategy. That kind of went all out the window once the safety car came out. Of course, thanks to Quincy's unfortunate spin and crash, losing his wheel. But I kind of want to talk about more about your championship charge now, because Robastian, of course, didn't want to join us after the restart. And with the full 26 points going your way, you now have a 21-point lead over your fellow countryman, might I add, Robastian. So surely now, 3 races to go, 21-point cushion. You've got to be feeling confident, especially after a drive like that. That was insane.
Yeah, it was a big swing my way. To be honest, I didn't expect that to from Bastian. Not sure what happened there. But yeah, what can I say? I'll just hopefully manage to keep it clean for the final laps and come home with good points. And yeah, as you said, the hopes are high at this point.
And just kind of one last little thing there. Of course, we are going to be in the Mystery Grand Prix next week. Next week. What I think I might have asked you this last week, but I'll ask you it again just to kind of keep everybody topped up. What would be your preferred track for the Mystery Grand Prix?
Not sure what to say. Honestly, my best tracks we've kind of had already this season, so not really anything good left for myself. And with it being a mystery Grand Prix, it will be a double penalty for myself because I need. I think I do a bit more practice than the others to be able to keep up with the pace and. Since I won't know the tracks, it will even the playing field quite a lot. So I'm not expecting a great result, to be honest. But hopefully, I'll manage to bring home a few points, and we'll see what I can do in the final two races.
All right then. Well, look, Andy, won't keep you any longer. We are running a lot later than scheduled, so I will let you go as I know it must be late over in Romania. So have a good night. Congratulations on your win. We'll see you next week.
Yep, thank you. It was a good night indeed. See you next week. Thanks again.
Bye-bye.
Congratulations, Andre.
And there you go. Congratulations coming in from Shaggy there. And now we move on to second place, Ryan Brooks there. Of course, you were probably one of the ones affected by that reverse grid. But again, made your way up to the front there. Started fighting with Shaggy. But sadly, just no match for Andy Andre. But regardless, congratulations on second place. I think you're usually very happy with the podium. And I think you'll be happy with that one.
Yeah, like you say, Dave, always happy with a podium. Bit gutted that Andre came up as behind us as quick as he did, because me and Shaggy were swapping DRS, working together, trying to stay in front of the others. And then next minute, he was up behind us, so I was like, geez, we're going to have to pick it up now. And yeah, just going into that last lap, I just didn't have enough battery going into the corner, and I didn't have enough gap going into the last corner to try and hold him off. So it was a bit of wheel banging going into turn one. I nearly lost P2 as well. Luckily, I didn't. But yeah, all in all, a good race. The safety car that my teammate Quincy brought out messed me up because I was technically leading. I was on a one stop. I think a lot of people were on two stops. Everyone around me had to stop again. I knew that. So I feel like if the safety car didn't come out, I could have just kind of hoped to cruise home for the win. But when the safety car came out, it's head down, let's battle. But yeah, I had a good race. Happy with how it went. The reverse grid made me a bit nervous as Hungary didn't go to plan last week when I started at the back. But yeah, all in all, a good race. I'm happy with how it went. Hats off to Andy. He came up to us like no tomorrow. I just 1 minute he weren't there, next minute he was within DRS and battling us. So yeah, hats off to him. Hats off to Shaggy for his podium on debut. But yeah, all in all, a good race, Dave. I've enjoyed it.
Absolutely. And like I said to Andy, won't talk about strategy, but like, you know, with all these lessons that you're learning throughout the 6th season of SSRL, surely you must be in for a championship charge going into next season, as you were a late bloomer, let's say, of course, taking a win down in Saudi Arabia. So you've not done bad, but there's just not really been enough time for you to kind of put on a championship charge. So are you now kind of trying to make things come together for perhaps next season?
Yeah, hopefully. I've been a bit inconsistent in this league. I've pushed a bit too much when I shouldn't have pushed a bit too much. I can get a bit impatient. So coming into tonight, I was just like, right, keep your head straight, stay patient, the move will come to you. And yeah, I think all in all, it went well. I think everything was clean. I enjoyed driving it as well. It was quite nice trying to fight through the field at the start and get up to, podium positions like I have. It was a very interesting race because as we were going through the race, I didn't really know who I was fighting and who was up there just because of the strategies everyone was on. And then when that safety car came out, obviously, it was just a race to the end from there. I did think it was going to be a bit more of a fight from Bavish, so it's a shame that he spun coming out of, I think it was turn 4. So yeah, that's a shame because I thought he'd have been battling with us to the end, which he would have if he didn't spin. So that's a bit unlucky, but yeah, happy with how it went. Next season, hopefully, I can, like you say, fight for the title. I just need to work on my racecraft, stay smooth, and keep my head. Don't get impatient. Just let the move come to me rather than trying to force it. And if I can do that, I think I'll be up there.
And of course, we have like I asked Andy, of course, we have that Mystery Grand Prix next weekend. What are you hoping for in terms of track selection?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest, Dave, because on this game I've only honestly I've only practiced the tracks I've been racing on. So
Yeah.
if you said Qatar, then I'd be happy, but it's not going to be Qatar, is it? It's not going to be Jeddah. So all the tracks where I can do good, or I feel like I'm in better tracks, I think they've gone.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to be on the Mystery Grand Prix. I'll just have to wait and see. But I best get practicing some tracks that are going to be on it, so then I'm not a sitting duck when we get into the qualifying or race. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've never had anything like that before. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully, it's a track I can drive okay, and it's not one of the tracks that I've not yet driven.
All right then. Well, Ryan Brooks, thank you so much for taking the questions this evening. I'll let you go as we have ran over quite a bit due to the reverse grid and all the shenanigans that went with it. Thank you so much for taking questions.
Cheers, Dave.
And enjoy your second place.
Cheers, mate. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Finally, last but not least, and on his debut, Shaggy, congratulations on a P3. I jokingly predicted that you could go for your debut win, and you weren't too far off either. You were fighting with Ryan, and then Andy caught up. He's a 4-time champion, so it was always going to be a bit much to ask of that. But you held on for third, and thanks to DeBrand's post-race 3-second penalty, it's P3. How are you feeling?
A lot better than I thought I would be, if I'm going to be truly honest with you. Obviously, I had the incident in qualifying with, I believe, an Aston Martin. I'm not going to mention names because it's not fair. It will be reported and it will be investigated after the race. But in terms of, I pitted under the VS. I took the lead quite early on the softs.
Mm-hmm.
I felt okay. I felt better on worn tyres than I did on fresh tyres, which is a little bit weird for me. I then pitted under the VSC to try and get ahead of everyone. Then, see, Andre caught up on fresher hards. I don't believe, pitted, and then as he's gone past the pit lane, the safety car's come out and he's caught behind the safety car, which has given me a massive advantage. If he'd have stayed out, then he wouldn't have won the race. So he had to pit. So overall, I'm very happy. But the incident that caused the second restart, I'm going to admit now, I believe was my fault. So, yeah.
Okay.
We'll see what happens after the race. Yeah.
Okay,
You'll
then.
see an incident report. So, yeah. Overall, I'm very happy. Debut podium. I thought I was going to get my I did say during the race, do you remember when Dave said I was going to get my debut win whilst I was leading? I did mention it to the boys, and yeah, a fine welcome to the league. Everything's set up properly. I've really enjoyed my first race, and I can't wait to race the Mystery Grand Prix next week.
And obviously, it's a bit early to talk about championship. I think you'll just need to get a few races under your belt before you start thinking about that. So, what I am going to ask you, though, is what would be a preferred track for the Mystery Grand Prix, like I've asked everyone else?
I'm just going to have a quick look at the calendar because I have not a clue what's been raced already. So I was going to say Austria, but that was round 1.
Mm-hmm. I'll just bring up the calendar on screen.
I like a Bahrain.
That's a good pick.
Bahrain's one of my more successful tracks on previous games. Japan is another one. I like Japan, and maybe if you want to throw a spanner in the works, maybe Azerbaijan, Singapore, like a decent street track. So yeah, I'm not really bothered, to be honest. I don't practice for any league races anymore because the more I practice, the slower I am. So yeah, any of those 3, 4, I'm not too bothered about. But yeah, I can't wait for next week.
Right. I'm not going to keep you much longer just because, like I said to all the other drivers, we have run over late. But is this a podium you want to dedicate to absolutely anybody?
Basically just to you lot, really, for basically welcoming me in with open arms. It's like most of the leagues I join, it's basically, hello, this is your car, now race. Whereas the boys have gone like, hello, welcome, hope everything's okay. Like, if you drive this car, whatever. But yeah, I don't really want to dedicate to anybody in particular because it's a game, really. But yeah, can't thank the boys enough for giving me a warm welcome, and I can't wait.
All right then, Shaggy, I hope to see more of you around. It's been absolutely great to have you this evening.
Certainly will.
All right then. Well,
Andre, congratulations on the race win, buddy. I couldn't keep you on for longer than I did. So yeah. Yeah, I am surely going to be staying around for much longer.
I will look forward to seeing it. See you for the Mystery Grand Prix next week. Have a good night. And with that, we will now conclude SSRL's round 7 in Spain. The Spanish Grand Prix is finished, but our Mystery Grand Prix still to come. Just in case you didn't see it the first time, well, we have the Mystery Grand Prix in its round 8 in somewhere. We don't quite know where just yet, but I am sure it will provide exciting racing. Now, of course, for a few controversies here and there, but I think overall it was a success. Of course, I won't go through the standings again. We've already seen all of that. And so we'll just end it there. So, of course, we will be back tomorrow night. We will have Herman in the commentary box, and we will soon see, well, who is going to be Div 2 champion. Of course, we'll be back same time, as always, in the next one as well. But from myself, everybody at SSRL, including the admins, the stewards, and the drivers, we all thank you for watching, and we all wish you a very good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. Stay safe, stay alive. We'll see you either tomorrow or next week. Bye for now.